It is the Riot Podcast. Welcome to your Monday edition, October 25th.
We were just talking about how much we hate Mondays.
Yeah.
Except for today. Today was great.
Today was a great day.
We make the most of it, is what I always say.
I don't know. I really can't wait for Christmas to start rolling in even more. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this week and next week, I'm just a little antsy to get through.
Yeah.
So today, you're like, oh, it's a Monday. It's another week. You're like, I just want out of this week.
Yes.
And it's just the first day. I want to be done with pumpkin stuff.
It's a bit of a dead week, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And because we're waiting for Halloween's this Saturday, so there are things to look forward to, but at the same time, everything just feels so far away on a Monday.
That's true.
That's right.
But today on the show, we talked about some new toothpaste that came out that I thought would be very intriguing for Hudson.
Yeah.
I love orange flavors. So this would be good.
Me too.
It's very appealing. You have to wonder why nobody serious has done this before. Nikki and I, we talk about why do toothpaste flavors, there's not very much variation.
What's about the mint that made it
it gives you that fresh, clean feeling, doesn't it? But,
I don't know.
But sometimes you just want something a little more fun.
So I didn't ask you this question, but I am curious. So it's Tropicana. They're putting out a limited edition. You'll never get it. Don't bother. Toothpaste flavor. If you did, and I don't think I asked you, but if you did, would that take place of your glass of orange juice each morning?
Depends on the nutrition facts.
You get vitamin C.
Yes, I actually was going to mention that it should have all the nutrition value of the orange juice, and if it doesn't, it's a big failure.
Okay, but wait though, I think, I'm not a dentist, but I think for vitamin C, that's not good to have on your teeth because that's what really affects your enamel.
Really?
And so
I
you
think
lose
so.
it.
Isn't I know orange is super acidy.
Yeah, so
that's what I was thinking, the acid.
So if anything's too acidic, you shouldn't have it. You should drink it with a straw. So with this, don't brush your teeth directly or they took that part out.
I imagine that if you've ever had vitamin C tablets, you know this, that they could easily recreate the flavor
without the
so you could easily make toothpaste, right, that would taste like orange juice, and that's probably what they've done.
Yeah,
is just recreate the flavor without any of the properties of orange juice.
Well, if you're a daily orange juice drinker, though, you should use a straw, Hudson. You want to watch your teeth.
It's just 8 ounces. That's
all
not
it takes every day. Just be safe.
It's wearing away.
So yeah,
I don't know if that. I was gonna say I don't know if that's the problem as much as all of the coffee we drink.
No, and the soda.
Yeah, but you can't drink
the Mountain Dew at 7 a.m. I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I'm sure that's fine. That washes
65
right
grams
off.
of sugar of the Pepsi, the Pepsis we drink. We talked about that, and then this kind of connected to me because this past weekend I was having a conversation with someone like, do you feel like you're an emotional person? Mm-hmm. And I said, no, I don't feel like I'm that emotional. I'm not a crier, you know?
Yeah.
But somebody had a very emotional experience after mowing the lawn.
Yes, and Isaiah, I don't know if you heard, but I'm really trying. Nikki has never mowed the lawn in her life.
I know.
And I really want her to mow. And I thought if all things, is another woman never mowed before as far as we know. And so this is somebody Nikki can identify with. An Instagram influencer.
I love Instagram. The problem is I have a supporting cast. So for her, I think it was really hard because she moved in. She's by herself. Yeah. You know, Eric's here. I have a partner. I have a mowing company that I hire. So I don't, it's not just me trying to figure it out.
So what we need to do then is
take everybody
take everything away. Like Job in the Bible. We will remove your entire support system until finally you break down and mow.
And then I have to mow. Oh my God.
It'll be an emotional experience for you.
Yeah, that will be emotional for sure.
Remember, I already told you I'm emotional anyways. I cry about all my other stuff going on in life, so I don't need to cry about mowing. I probably was crying already that day.
But it would be happy tears. You're always talking about sad videos.
I don't think it'd be happy tears. I think it'd be frustrated, sad tears.
It would be empowering.
I have this one spot in my yard that I can't get to grow very well, and when they come and mow, they're always like, vroom, and they just tear it up. I cry at that. So I think I'm already crying enough.
We talked about that. We also talked about how some people are staying up way too late watching TV.
Someone very famous is having a problem with it.
And I don't have that same issue. Because I'll watch the Monday Night Football game and Sunday Night Football game and stuff. But once halftime hits and it's my time to go to bed,
you'll end the game.
It's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm not as good as that as you are. I mean, it depends, but like when the Red Sox were in the playoffs, RIP. I couldn't go to bed.
Of course.
Could not go to bed no matter what the game looked like, really.
Yeah.
And even when it's a team I don't care as much about or something like sometimes you just get caught up in shows and movies and you lose track of time or you say, I only need 4 hours of sleep tonight. And you just live with that and then you pay for it in the morning.
Well, this is a famous person who has stuff to do during the day now and can't juggle that and the evening shows like we have. Because I think we juggled and handled it better than this person.
You think?
So.
Well,
they're also 95, and we're not 95, but our health might be there. Someone is 95. But see our earlier conversation about the orange juice?
Yeah. Hey, that's making me feel young.
That's keeping you young at heart.
That's how my skin looks so great, and I never catch a cold or take a sick day.
You're good.
It's the orange juice.
You're good.
Well,
enjoy your podcast today. There's lots of other parts that hopefully you like.
Yes, and make sure you leave a kind review at the end of it. It'll sure make us smile.
That's right. So like this and enjoy our other stuff. So make sure you're following us at RadioU Riot on Facebook and also our YouTube channel, and enjoy the podcast and have a wonderful day.
Catch you next time.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, you know this, right? That every morning I start my day with a cup of orange juice.
That's right, you do.
I do. You know what? It doesn't always start the day, but it always happens.
You always have orange
happens
juice.
at some point. For example, right now, we have orange juice at work. Nobody else seems to be drinking it. So I don't drink my cup of orange juice at home. I wait till I get to work.
Well, that's only practical of you. I'd like you to use that up.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
We also have this berry lemonade thing.
Oh, yeah.
So good, but it's not an everyday juice.
No.
You just have to be careful.
It is good, and I don't even want to look at the nutrition facts on that one.
Well, so then let's say you finish up the work orange juice.
Uh-huh.
Does that count enough as a juice, or you really need it to be orange juice
It has
every
to be
morning?
orange juice.
Has to be orange juice.
Has to be orange juice.
And you think that's a vitamin C thing, or?
Yeah, it's.
You think it's a healthy thing?
Instead of it keeps me from catching a cold.
Okay,
is what I think. That's my theory.
You go to the doctor, they're like, that's actually not true.
No, that's the old saying. A glass of orange juice a day keeps the doctor away.
I thought that was an apple.
Well, but that's wrong. It should be orange juice. Would be more accurate if that was the case.
Well, don't tell everybody else here, otherwise you won't get your free work orange juice. They're going to start drinking it too.
We're running pretty low.
Okay.
And I'm already stocked up for home orange juice, which I picked up at Aldi. But the problem with orange juice is, and I've told you this, I remember talking about this very recently, is if you have orange juice every morning, you have to plan. You have to come up with a carefully organized situation where you don't brush your teeth and then drink the orange juice.
So do you brush your teeth after it's done?
Normally, yes. Or you have to drink something in between. That's what I have to do here when I wait to get to work to drink the orange juice.
Have a little coffee.
I have to have coffee in between to clean out the toothpaste, the residual toothpaste, because if you've never done it before, brushing your teeth, having the mint right after having the orange juice, it combines to make one of the worst flavors you will possibly taste.
Well, it'll wake you up, though.
It'll definitely wake you up. It'll leave a bad taste in your mouth, though. So here's what I love. Tropicana, the orange juice people, they are putting out their own toothpaste. Orange juice toothpaste.
Ooh, now this is limited though, and
it's really limited. You can't even buy it.
If it's a joke or not.
It's they say that that you can comment on their Instagram page for a chance to win it, which is not very official.
Yeah,
it does sound like they made a picture of it. And they're trying to get into the news based off of that.
So it seems like, is it like a toothpaste day on November 1st or something? National Brush Day?
Yeah. Maybe that's not just extending to toothbrushing, but just brushing in general.
It could
is what
be.
It sounds like.
So November 1st is National Brush Day, and they're launching a limited edition, which means you can't buy it. You can only win it somewhere through their social media.
Yep.
Tropicana toothpaste. So that's what they're talking about.
I mean, the Instagram page is verified. It seems real, but
I'm not questioning that. I'm just questioning like they have one tube,
well,
and that's the only thing you get a chance to win.
Yeah. But if somebody said it could just as easily be a totally fake post where they say National Brush Day is coming up, so we've made orange juice toothpaste. That all sounds fake. So, I mean, the post is real from Tropicana, but yeah, who knows if anybody will actually be able to get it.
It's not something you'll be able to buy, even though I remember having like an orange mouthwash thing that was amazing once. And so I'm looking, you can get like natural toothpastes that have a zesty orange flavor.
Okay.
Or how about there's this kid toothpaste. It's Ooh La La Orange.
Ooh.
It looks like creamsicle sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
That looks pretty good.
It could be good. Why do the kids get all the good toothpastes?
Well, to get them to brush. What they don't realize is we need that too.
Why don't we have fun ones though?
We can.
We could have orange juice. We could have. Why don't they make like chocolate toothpaste for adults?
I bet somewhere some company has it. Some startup company that was funded by fans. It feels like that.
Crest thinks we take toothbrushing, or they take toothbrushing a little too seriously. Come on, let's have some fun.
Yeah,
let's have some fun toothpaste flavors.
If you look on Amazon, there's tons of alternate flavors.
Yeah,
there's an orange mango one.
I don't know if I trust that though.
Oh, they're fine.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
You think that's actually going to clean your teeth?
Well, it's not. Okay, it's not Amazon doing it. It's a toothpaste company.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know the name.
You're fine.
I don't trust them.
Well, then that's your own
I trust
heart.
my tooth health to the people at Colgate and Crest, and that's it.
And Tropicana for your orange juice.
Yes.
Why pay for so many streaming services that you don't really care about when you can not really care about the Riot for free? Radio U.
Can text in and tell us how much you appreciate everything we do on the show. That's what Jim did over the weekend. Did you see this one, Nikki?
That was very nice of Jim to message in.
Yes, I really appreciate.
And he seemed to really appreciate what you provided on the show.
Yeah. What was it, Friday? It was sometime last week. We talked about how I just realized that you need to clean your dishwasher filter.
Yeah.
And you might think, dishwasher filter... It has
What's
a filter.
The point in that?
It has one.
It does.
And it does. And it catches all of the stuff that's too big to go down your dishwasher drain, which is a lot of stuff. So I didn't realize that until very recently when my wife pointed out a TikTok about it. And then that was after we had noticed our dishwasher having some issues and getting stuff completely clean. So I went ahead and cleaned it, and yeah, it was a big mess. So Jim texted in. He said, thank you so much for the tip about the dishwasher filter.
Which never thought we'd get a response saying that to you, but
yeah.
It was good. It worked out.
I'm glad that somebody got something out of it. That not only did they hear it and take it and think, yeah, there is a dishwasher filter, but also take it to the next level of, Jim said, I just pulled mine out this morning, and it was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, he thinks you should start a new segment where you give tips to clueless millennials such as himself, even if it's just showing how-tos from TikTok,
I'm just as clueless as everybody else.
Oh, but you did it.
I did.
You were helpful.
I have a very small amount of things that I know how to do correctly. And, well, not even correctly. Just like little around-the-house tips that I picked up through YouTube videos throughout the years
so you're
when
saying
a
you
problem
only have
arises.
One or two more good segments in this how-to thing?
Yeah, it's not very long. I don't have a good how-to list. I have a good how not to do things list. Because usually when I try to fix something, things go wrong before I finally get it right.
Sure.
For example, I had to clean out I had a washing machine that was filled with water when it wasn't supposed to be.
Oh.
So I took that apart.
Sure.
Here's a tip for you. Find a way to drain the water out of your washing machine before you take it apart. Because once you figure out why it's not draining, the water is going to go somewhere.
It needs to come out.
Yeah. And so that's one tip I have for you.
Well, you need to look up, because I've always tried to get Eric and he won't, like, this is coming from TikToks too. Like, you're supposed to drain out your washer, like your washing machine.
Yeah.
You're supposed to drain out its sort of like filter thing. And then the other one that always scares me is when they say you're supposed to clean out your dryer trap, but not like inside your dryer. They always show you the thing that vents outside.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try that, and I haven't tried it yet, and Eric won't do it.
A lot of like screwing and unscrewing.
Yeah, but you're supposed to, especially if you're a dog owner. Like, can you imagine the stuff we have?
But doesn't the lint trap just catch that, though?
Don't think so. No, and that's what we don't know.
But, all right, how many times do you hear about a fire starting because of the dog hair at the end of the dryer vent?
Well, how many times did you think you needed to do something with your dishwasher? Nothing.
Just until it started cleaning, stopped cleaning, right?
Well, eventually your dryer will stop.
Once the house starts on fire, then I will clean the dryer vent.
Okay, then you'll work on that.
This is the other thing. The only reason I ever do household maintenance is because I don't want to pay somebody to do it, especially when it's something really stupid like cleaning the dishwasher filter. I'm not going to pay somebody to do that, and I'm not sure if that's really covered under the landlord, if he would pay for it for me. I don't think so.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. RadioU.
Nikki, did you get out to the movies over the weekend?
I did not.
You didn't?
No, I mean, I haven't read Dune. Can I go see Dune if I haven't read it?
No, of course.
I'm just teasing. That's my excuse.
So surely you watched it on HBO Max then?
I did not. I have seen people that were, I was looking for reviews from it from, Facebook friends. Just to see people's response. I saw a few people that saw it and said it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Nothing shocking, but nothing amazing, but not the worst.
I don't think I've seen anybody go off and say this is not worth all the hype. Mm-hmm. I've seen a decent amount of good buzz about it.
Every buzz that I've seen or every press thing has been over the whole weekend on if it did good enough to get Dune 2.
That's what this all seems to be about, huh? Well, let's see what you think about this one. This is just for the U.S. Mm-hmm. It wound up doing, I had it here, $32 million over the weekend. Does that seem right?
I guess that's pretty good.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Oh, it's not that?
No, why does it? There's too many numbers on
Too many versions of it.
Oh, why would it not just be at the top of the story? I think it was about 40-some million. Oh, 40 million. Of course, it's right at the top.
40.1 million.
Yes.
For the box office.
So that's all right, isn't it? That's just U.S. Good. That says, I don't have the domestic numbers in front of me. Big surprise because I'm not prepared. But I saw them before, and the international numbers are pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I think, and given the way they were talking about it going into the weekend, I think they're feeling like it's good enough to get a sequel.
Well, it's hard because I think you said this one time when maybe when Bond came out, where we're used to, especially because there hasn't been still an amazing amount of movies out. Like, it's better now than it was. Mm-hmm. But for a while there, if something did come out, they were telling you to expect for 70, 80 million.
Yeah.
Like a really big
big And the Marvel
opening.
movies would open to hundreds, 100 million in one weekend, I think.
Like, those would bring in bigger numbers, but Bond and the other ones, like with Dune, that has to stand on its own. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it doesn't always bring in those big numbers.
Yeah. So 40 million in this current time isn't horrible, but it also isn't the best.
But that does not include the HBO Max stuff.
That's right.
Which they weren't charging extra for, but I don't know if they count if you're a new subscriber.
Yeah.
To be able to watch the
I'm
movie.
sure they have a way to measure it, like if it's making, just the same way Netflix doesn't necessarily directly make money from people signing up to Netflix to watch Squid Game, but they still say that's worth about $900 million to them. So there's a way for HBO Max, too, to say we don't know how it would directly translate to ticket sales at the theaters, but people watched it, so they have some way to measure that.
So Halloween Kills came in at number 2. It was down 70%. No Time to Die was number 3, and that's total is 120 million. Mm-hmm. And then Venom was number 4. Its total, since its release, 181 million. And Ron's Gone Wrong, which was another new release this weekend, that made 7.3.
Yeah, that one. Did they promote that?
I saw a lot of Dune stuff. I saw the one where it's like, she's loyal, or it's like this little quick promo thing. I saw that ad over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But outside of the other stuff, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. So I don't know. I started to accept over the weekend, as much as I want to go see Dune in the theaters, I don't know if I'm going to be able to commit.
Yeah, but you have HBO Max.
I do have HBO Max.
Why don't you see it there?
Because it's a theater movie.
It's not.
You can tell.
The theater has told you that, and you believe that. You can watch it at home and be just
No, you can
fine.
tell. I really should see it in IMAX, but I never go to IMAX theaters.
Listen, watch it
I'm
home.
not made of money.
The theaters will hate you. Watch at home, in bed.
No.
On your phone.
No, I reject that. You hate movies, Nikki. You hate them.
Laying down
If
on your
that is how
side.
you are going to treat. You hate Denis Villeneuve.
I know, right? He's like, don't watch my movie that way. If you're going to watch it in bed, don't watch it at all.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to pause and come back to it later.
No, it's not. This is not a YouTube video.
I might even do something else while I'm watching
It's a carefully crafted theatrical experience.
Wrong.
And you're treating it like it's just some guy with a camera.
That's right.
On YouTube.
Hey,
walking
the
through
guy,
a dead mall.
Guy who made Dune, I'm going to half listen and half watch.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Orkin is, of course, a pest control company, and every year they put out a list of the most rat-infested cities.
Oh, gosh. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we've got the rankings for 2021. Are you ready?
I guess.
To see where your favorite city stacks up against the rest?
Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah. Let's do the top 5.
Is our area included?
It is. We are on the list. I'll let you know where. Coming up.
Okay.
First, number 5, San Francisco.
Not surprised.
Yeah. You might think they might be higher. Number 4.
That's a good call there.
Washington, D.C.
It's not a commentary on political stuff either.
Yeah, these are actual
rats in the area.
Not, some members of Congress or anything. 3, New York City.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I thought that would be number 1.
Yeah, right? They have I feel like New York has the reputation of being number 1.
It is, and that's the one where, when all those bad storms went through not too long ago, then you heard about the bloated rats, the rats
washing up on the beach in New Jersey.
They float away, and then they come back, and it's a lot.
Yep. New York is like, hey, everybody, remember, we're not the rattiest city.
Only number 3.
Yeah. Number 2 is Los Angeles. And number 1, Chicago.
Hey, that's also a commentary there.
For the 7th consecutive year, Chicago is number 1.
What makes it the worst? Because I would think
they have the most rats.
Well, what's the factors? Because, Chicago gets so hit by the cold, I would think they would die out, or they must have such a high population. What makes a city? Is it because it's not cleaned up enough? What makes it get a lot of rats?
I kind of wish I had some better answers for you. Maybe the fine people at Orkin would like to consult with you and give you some tips
information
about what's going on with the rat situation.
So they've said that visibility of rats and just rodents in general has increased, and they say it's because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
That closed a lot of restaurants where the rats were going in the first place.
Yep.
And that made them go find new food sources. And with that, then they're going into houses and your areas, and you're starting to finally see them more. They were always there.
Yep.
They were just eating out.
Yeah,
at restaurants.
We've mentioned in the show before how some of their more discreet food sources started to dry up and stuff like that, and so they got a little more bold and brash and started going out wherever they still got to eat. So in the UK, they were warning people about rats swimming up their toilets.
Gosh, that one was the worst.
Yeah,
and they would go into closed restaurants, and no one would be there to discourage them with pest treatments and stuff.
Yep.
So they just got into more places, and they were more, like you said, bold about it.
Yeah. So if you're wondering for some RadioU cities, Columbus, the RadioU original home, number 26 on the list.
Congratulations.
Yeah, not too bad. The biggest mover on the list is the city of Portland, Maine. It's moved up 26 spots.
Well, that's some good news there.
So they had a big influx of rats. I don't know where they came from. It's still only down at 38, so, nothing to be too upset about. But
I've never seen a rat in a house. And I don't even know if I've seen a mouse, but outside, yes.
Yeah.
But not inside.
You know what I saw recently? I was out on a walk.
What'd you see?
With my dog, and she came upon what seemed to be a dead rat on the side of the road.
Aww.
Yeah. And it's not like we live in a bad area. You would not expect, it's not like we're some hoity-toity rich folks, but it's not like we're in an apartment complex. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Where you might, like a dingy apartment complex where you'd expect a bunch of rats possibly to be. It's a clean enough area, you wouldn't think, and the rat's just sitting out there on the side of the road. But hopefully that means, I guess, a cat got to it or something.
Could be.
I guess a cat would have eaten it. So.
Well, if not, it's left there as a warning to all the other ones.
That's my next home improvement thing. Is how to rat-proof your house.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Except maybe if you're a Penn State fan.
Oh, I heard about that.
You didn't have such a great weekend. Maybe you're ready to start a new week. You're just ready to get off to a new start. Isaiah and Nikki, we talked about on Friday or whenever last week, we were like, it's not a very good weekend for college football. The schedule was not very exciting.
Didn't seem like there was expected to be a lot of exciting outcomes for games.
Not very important games. No real marquee matchups. However, whenever you say that, you know that there's going to be some game that comes out of nowhere for an upset. And we almost had two on Saturday, but we did have one. We had Illinois and Penn State. Did either of you get to actually watch what happened? Because I did not.
I didn't either.
I did not see what happened.
Penn State would be fine.
Yeah, I was like, why would I tune into the Penn State-Illinois game? Illinois is trash every single year.
Who cares? Who cares, right?
Wasn't it something with like a new change with overtime or something at the end?
So that's what I was going to say. So what eventually wound up happening is Illinois won in 9 overtimes. 20-18. And if you're like me, maybe I shouldn't admit this because I portray myself as a huge college football fan, and I am, but we're how many weeks into the season now? And I didn't realize as I saw, I was getting alerts on my phone that this was going on, and I saw on Twitter, I opened up Twitter, and it's like, how can they miss so many 2-point conversions in a row? And I saw it was 2018 and 9 overtimes. How can they score so few points in so many overtimes? The NCAA changed the overtime rule where after 2 overtimes, you just go for 2-point conversion. You get one chance and it's a 2-point conversion and that's it. I didn't realize that. That's a really stupid rule.
Yeah.
What a horrible way to end a game.
I know.
But it's even worse when nobody's converting on the 2-point conversion.
So that's why I just went back and forth.
Yeah, because they just kept getting stopped over and over again. So it's not as if you're like me and you just remember the before times of college football. 9 overtimes sounds really impressive when you know that 7 of the overtimes were literally 2 plays each overtime. It changes things a little bit, but still crazy that they failed so many times.
And Penn State had been doing well, so that was even more disappointing.
Yes, like if you're a Penn State fan this morning, like your season, I don't mean to put you down, but your season's over.
Is it
it's
ruined?
over. I mean, you're ranked 20 now. You have 0% chance of getting back into the college football playoff.
Some might say that Penn State maybe struggled with Illinois this week because they were busy looking ahead to their game against Ohio State.
Yep.
Which now means a little less, but for them, maybe it means even more because it's their one last shot to make something out of the season.
Yeah, if they get to beat Ohio State next weekend, then they'll get back up into the early teens range, like up to 12 or 13. Yeah. But yeah, that was the biggest upset this weekend. There were 2 other games that I think actually mattered, and that was Oklahoma State. They were ranked 8th. They got beat by Iowa State on Saturday. That was a big game because Oklahoma State is now ranked 15. And then the other one that people are kind of talking about but not really talking about is Cincinnati beat 1-5 Navy by 1 touchdown, which typically wouldn't be a big deal because they won. But if you're Cincinnati, you have to dominate every single week or else you're not going to make it. And so if they're going to beat bad teams in close games, like Oklahoma struggled with Kansas this weekend, but it doesn't matter because they're Oklahoma. If they win, they win. But for Cincinnati, you have to dominate or you're not going to make it. And at the end of the season, if you're undefeated and you don't get in, this is why. Because you didn't dominate the bad teams. I don't want to hear you complain.
I would agree with you, except everybody else looks so bad.
Isaiah's like, that's just how it is,
It's how it is, you know? It's if you're Cincinnati, you have to dominate. And at the end of the season, if you don't dominate these bad teams, you're not going to get in. I'm telling you, that's how it is.
For Cincinnati, and I guess this goes for Oklahoma too, because they're both undefeated, at a certain point, every team looks crappy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Cincinnati and Oklahoma, when they've looked crappy, they've still wound up winning.
Yes.
Which you can't say for Ohio State, Alabama, just any of these other teams that have all lost. So they might still be around no matter how bad they look. But, man, that Oklahoma game, I did watch that one once I saw that Kansas was starting to make a game of it.
Terrible
and
team.
I was so hoping they would win.
Yeah, I was
don't
too.
like Oklahoma. And I don't know if you saw the play, but for Oklahoma, what saved the game for them was they were going for it on fourth down.
Yeah, I saw
Their
this.
running back gets stopped, and as he's falling down, the quarterback comes up behind him and like steals the ball from him and
gets
runs
the first
ahead.
down.
And apparently that's legal.
It was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen.
I don't know
insane.
why, if that's allowed, which it was because they said it
just
was a
took it
legal
from him.
play. That why don't teams do that in college and the NFL on like every big play that's
It's
a short
dangerous.
rushing
He could have
play?
fumbled. It was dangerous. Like, it was such a dangerous play, but on fourth down, I mean, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah. So I don't know why they don't do that all the time, or why it's not illegal because it seems like it should be. So yeah, it was a good weekend, a better weekend than we bargained
it was
for,
Yes,
gonna be.
for
absolutely.
sure. And it all got capped off with the Packers winning on Sunday.
You had a good time with that one.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time, didn't we, guys?
It was a great weekend.
Now we can move on. And what's Monday Night Football? Oh, Saints and Seahawks. Nobody wants to watch
Nobody.
that. Means we have time to watch Dune tonight.
Everything you love about the riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's time to talk about one of our favorite subjects, the British royal family.
Even though we're not a subject.
Yes, they're the subjects, but they have subjects.
Well, this one's interesting because coming off the weekend, what do we all do on the weekend?
Watch a lot of football.
And we stay up late,
Yep.
usually.
Oh, you're right.
So for the Queen, they're saying that, and this article makes me wonder if it's just to promote one of the shows. They say that she's watching, but I don't know. We're not there, so we don't know. But they're saying that the Queen, she recently spent an evening in the hospital for resting and recouping from something.
I heard about that.
And now they're saying that for her, because lockdowns in her kingdom are not as strict as they were, that the Queen is expected to go back out and do so many things in the public.
Yeah.
So with an increased number of events for her to attend.
Yeah.
And during the COVID more stay-at-home time, I guess they're saying the Queen developed a love for watching late-night television. That she still is watching TV late at night, and the increase in going out during the day, that has made her tired.
Oh, no.
So basically, the Queen is now experiencing what we all live life every day of being tired because we stay up too late, and then we still have work to do.
So what? They're saying that they're like her handlers
need to rein it in and develop a new schedule for her so she's not late night TV watching.
I reject this.
You don't think it is?
I reject.
Isn't she super, super, super old?
She's 95.
95 years old.
Why does she need to be doing events? She's 95 years old. She's been in the royal family, last I checked, all of her life doing these events. Give her a break.
But if she doesn't, then, with all the other drama that the royal family has had, that it would show that there's like cracks in it or something.
Oh, she come out with a she needs to stop living her life for others.
Well,
She's
I think if
95.
you're the
It's time for
Queen-
her to take control. She's the Queen. So she lays down the law. She says, I'm the Queen. I'm 95 years old. I've been doing this my whole life. I don't want to go out to these whatever
luncheons?
events. I don't need a luncheon.
I just want to
I
watch
need to stay
TV.
up and watch TV.
Well-
Somebody else can go to the luncheon. We got all kinds of. We got prime ministers and duchesses and whatever. They can take care of that.
I see what you're saying there. I just don't know if that's how they're going to be running things because they want her to stop, including they say there's this BBC show. This is the one where it's like, Line of Duty. It's a cop show.
Okay.
That she's very into.
I feel like I've heard people talk about that and tell me I should watch it.
Well, it seems
and
like
I definitely haven't.
Now, if you and the Queen have the
Yeah.
same TV likes, this could be it. So they say that because she's back to business for her daytime stuff, that she cannot stay up late and watch TV anymore.
Well, I'm with the Queen on this one. Let her do what she wants. She's 95 years old. She's done enough. Well, hey, listen, what's more important? Going to a luncheon?
But then I think
politics stuff or watching Line of Duty?
Well, okay, you're right. And I understand if this was anybody else's like 95-year-old grandmother.
Yeah.
But then at that point, they would start be saying like she shouldn't be queen anymore, that it could be just to someone else now, the next person.
Well, they can't kill her.
No, she still stays alive, but she's just not the queen.
Why? She's the queen until she's dead.
I think
She just doesn't have to do stuff.
Okay.
She's the queen. She decides. Why is she letting other people tell her what to do?
Guys, it's just late night TV. That's it. She's just watching too much TV.
Just let her watch TV. You know what? How about this? She's the queen. Maybe everybody else needs to schedule around her if she wants to stay up late.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
A conversation has come up here in the studio because Nikki is, for some reason, getting tempted to buy doggy clothes.
Well, the seasons have changed, and
Yes.
I feel depending on which part of Radio U audience you're at, it's getting colder.
Yeah.
And I am being pushed on Facebook a lot of Amazon ads for doggy clothing.
So you're just going to let Facebook brainwash you
Yeah, I
into
clicked on
buying
it.
doggy clothes.
I would too.
Well, I'm trying to find, my dog Rolo has like an Adidas, a knockoff Audi dog hooded sweatshirt, but I can't find where it is. And I think he's, out of my 3 dogs, he's the one I will usually put like a sweatshirt on. But I
Well,
need,
what, does he not have fur or something?
yeah, I usually shave him.
You shave him?
I don't. The groomer does. I tell them to. He usually has to get shaved like closer. So out of all my dogs, I think he'd be the one who'd get cold.
He's the coldest of all the
Yeah.
three,
Why don't
so
you
it makes
just not
sense.
shave him then?
Well,
That's not really how it works.
have you heard of the word matting? He doesn't like his hairbrush.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
actually he'll do better with something on him, like a sweatshirt.
Oh, I see.
And it's
I see.
cute, Hudson. I
The
have
cute
to.
factor is what really takes it over the top.
It
you know?
honestly
So
is.
you're gonna come in over the top, Isaiah, and also defend the dog clothes.
Well, I've
situation.
dressed up Jim since the day I got him.
Yeah,
when
he
I
wears
first,
jerseys, doesn't
I
he?
had an orange hoodie for Jim before I even had gotten him. I put him in it the first day that I got him. He was like 5 pounds because I wanted him to get used to clothing when he was like first a puppy. Because now I put him in a jersey every Saturday, every Sunday. He has an Ohio State jersey and a Browns jersey, and he's perfectly fine in it because when he was a child, just a little boy, I made
Not
him
a
used to
real
wearing
child,
clothes.
but a doggy
How
child.
do you-
Well, you know, he's my child. Yes.
How do you know he even is an Ohio State and Cleveland Browns fan?
Well, because I'm his dad, so that's how it works.
yeah, my dad cheers for way different teams than I do.
Well, my son is
'Cause
loyal
my
to
dad
me.
is wrong, like you are.
my son is loyal to me. What can I say?
That's your own family problem, Hudson.
Yes.
You need to deal with that with your dad on your own.
I don't like the idea of dogs having to wear clothes.
It's so cute.
And
What if they're actually cold?
what? They have fur.
It's so.
They are naturally
You have a
equipped
beard.
in a way
Does your
that
face ever get cold?
Yes.
I never put clothes on my face, if that's what you're asking.
Well, now we have another idea. So that's a scarf, isn't it?
I never wear scarves.
Okay,
And remember
then you're-
earlier how I wouldn't say that word from Crocs? I'm also never going to wear a scarf.
You're never going to?
That's another man rule I have. There's a few man rules. They're old school. Some might say that I'm a little
I
old
think
school.
you'd like a scarf. I think a
Oh.
scarf would fit you. Maybe
I'm
a possible Christmas gift, a
massively-
Ryan scarf.
Massively anti-scarf.
Okay, so that's a no.
I'm supportive of people buying the RadioU scarf and wearing it, but not me.
Well, then why can't you be supportive of me trying to get another hoodie for my dog?
Do you have a RadioU hoodie for the dog?
We can't make those guys. Like, merch is very
Why not?
difficult
We
right
have to
now.
draw
I
a
bet you
line
that'd be
somewhere,
the
and that's the
hottest
line.
seller.
Do you know how, like, you can't get chicken wings and all this stuff? You also can't get shirts and merch stuff. It's very difficult.
Let alone dog clothing.
Nikki you were talking about
Maybe I should
possibly
just make it.
That's what I'm saying. You were talking
You
about
knit
sewing
it.
yourself the dog outfits.
Well, I the only issue is I don't have a sewing machine. So I feel like,
Well, you'll make your money back on that as soon as you start selling dog clothes.
That's what people say.
But they always think, they're like, no, but trust me, once I get down the line a little bit, this will all come back. It'll be worth
could
it. It's
probably-
never worth it.
You could probably get such a good deal on a sewing machine too. I bet you they're not that expensive.
I don't know how to sew, though. So I
How
But that's a
hard's it
whole
gonna
other
be?
hurdle.
You put there's a little needle thing. It goes up and down, and you just put the piece of fabric
Can I
underneath.
glue it? Can I glue?
I think duct tape might be in order. Like that'd be a good fallback plan.
I think I could glue. Eric has this really industrial, like you put the glue on and then you spray it, and it's like super old.
Something tells me Eric might know how to sew.
I bet he does.
Yeah,
he wouldn't use a machine though. He'd just get out like an actual needle.
Well, let's have a discussion on like if I made dog clothes. If anybody thinks that there might be it could be a Nikki's boutique. Would you guys want to buy any?
There's a nice farmers market type thing in my town every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
It'd be well worth it.
I say you just buy the hoodie. Just buy the hoodie.
More money selling your homemade dog clothes than you can make here at Radio U. I'm telling you right now.
I got my eye on a $14. It's no hood, but it's a sweatshirt
like a crew neck.
for Rolo.
Nice.
So I just got to get his measurements because he's gained a little weight.
Okay.
It just can't help it with winter weight. So we'll see.
Oh, man.
I don't feel like you're being very supportive though, Hudson, and I'm a little sad about that.
I'm just trying to take the side of the dog. I'm just concerned about the dogs.
The Rolo,
They didn't
my
ask-
dog.
He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
Nobody asked the dogs what they want.
My dog has to be medicated.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, have you ever heard of Olivia Mathers?
Mathers?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No relation to Marshall Mathers.
Marshall Mathers, no.
Who is Eminem. This is an Australian influencer. And I don't know if you saw her Instagram story recently, but I feel that it might influence you and to inspire you.
Yeah.
Because she posted about how she was crying happy tears after she mowed her lawn.
Oh, had she not mowed before?
She had not mowed her lawn. She fixed up her yard. She said, so this is a post she did on her Instagram story after wrapping up, just getting her whole garden and yard under control, including most notably mowing the lawn.
Which she wanted to do herself.
Yes, I've had tears through this process, happy tears because I am so proud of myself. It's easy to be faced with an unknown new situation and say, I can't. But her advice is, and something I'm only just learning, this is her, my advice and something I'm only just learning is give yourself more credit and challenge yourself to create the results you want in life. So she's challenging you, Nikki, saying, go ahead. I mean, it's not exactly the right time of year. You could probably get in one mow before the seasons change too much.
Hang on. The problem is that, she's getting a mixed response where for her, like this was something she hadn't done and that was important for her to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And then the other side of the internet is really making fun of her and mocking her because she had not yet mowed. I don't want to open myself up to that.
You don't have to do a post about it.
Oh, true. I just need to.
You know what I think? I think the people making fun of her don't understand. They're people like me where mowing the lawn is old hat. We do it so often, it doesn't feel like a big deal. But to somebody who's never done it before, it's like a big deal. So it'd be like if I suddenly started wearing makeup or something and I was so happy about how I looked, I'm sure that maybe there'd be a lot of people that had never mowed the lawn before that would say, how can you cry happy tears after you look so beautiful with putting on your makeup? Why would that be such a big deal? We do it all the time. And I'm telling you, it's because it's a totally new experience. You didn't realize
that it was important to her.
So is this all me saying that I'm going to start wearing makeup? No, I'm just using that as an example.
Dude, I'm not mowing.
Nikki, it will empower you.
I don't even have a mower.
It empowered Olivia Mathers.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind.
I'll let you borrow my mower.
You'll bring it over. She said she was saddened to see her vulnerable moment of gratitude be turned into a laugh, which, I mean, you should never do. Like, I never grew up. I always lived at a place where my dad would do it, or like the land was always a way where you couldn't really do it on your own. Like little Nikki couldn't. And now that I'm grown up Nikki, it's not my wheelhouse. Never done it before.
It could be. It does. It will empower you.
To do what? I have horrible allergies. I
can't
even go sit in the grass without having an issue.
Just wear a mask or something. Yeah. We have them. It's not like masks aren't available these days.
And then I have to wear a full cover-up thing because I'll get a grass rash.
Oh, come on.
Which also makes me seem even worse.
Well, it'll make it all the more empowering once you get it done and you realize what you can overcome.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm hindered by it, though. I don't feel like for her, I think she moved into her first place and like she had to take care of it.
But Nikki, you can't keep relying on other people to solve your problem.
I don't know. They seem happy. I wave and I say thank you.
When you go out and mow the lawn for the first time, what you will find is that it's not just about the lawn. It's about all kinds of things in life that you realize I am independent. I can take care of myself.
I delegated
and I can mow. That's not being independent, though.
It is. It's being a modern woman. I'm a businesswoman.
But what about when the people you delegate to turn on you and you have nothing left but yourself?
That's true. Now you know I hire someone to mow the yard. Now you know.
Just one time is all I want you to do.
Next time he comes out, do you want me to go walk out and ask if I could just push the mower for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think they would appreciate that.
They'd laugh at me more.
Then you'd have somebody to teach you.
I think this is awesome for her, and we all have our things that we have never done before, and we should be supportive.
Get out there and do them.
Be supportive of people who manage to get those things accomplished.
Yes, I'm proud of her. I'm not going to make fun of her for crying after mowing the lawn.
She was very emotional.
Yeah.
She got it done herself.
We all could do to be a little more like her, to take some pride in finally doing some chores.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, are you level of 1 to 10? Excitement level for the new Barbie movie.
Oh, the one they've been talking about?
Starring Margot Robbie.
Sure.
With Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach writing it. How does that sound to you? 1 to 10.
I would probably be more excited if I saw the trailer so I can kind of get like what
are they
trying? Who are they trying to hit with this movie?
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be for adults.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe let's just go 6.
6?
Maybe I'm
That's
6,
surprisingly high.
6
you know
out
why?
of 10?
It's probably because you're a girl.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah.
I didn't play with Barbies as much growing up.
I know, you've said that before. So imagine how much more excited you would be if you did play with Barbies.
Now, if it was like a stuffed animal bear movie, oh yeah,
they make those.
I'm sure that's
the Care Bears.
No, actually, I never watched Care Bears.
Teddy Ruxpin.
No, and Winnie the Pooh. Never actually.
All right, see, I'm getting some mixed signals from you.
You're right.
You just said
I was giving that when I was little. I wasn't being consistent.
Which bears do you like exactly?
Real bears.
Which bears do you want them to make a movie about?
A polar bear.
They've done that.
Yeah, so I want more.
What's it called? Did you watch Norm of the North? That was a children's polar bear movie.
I think I've seen the first one, but that I haven't seen.
They made multiple ones?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
Every time a bear movie comes out, I am alerted.
Oh, really? I didn't realize. I don't have a great knowledge of other bear movies. For some reason, that one's not that old. So
if this one is like officially Barbie, I'm sure Barbie, so that would be Mattel, would be pretty hands-on with making sure it wasn't like too adult.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has to be enough for, Barbie people of all ages.
Well, it's Greta Gerwig is directing as well as co-writing. And she did Little Women, which as far as I didn't
the newer
see.
One?
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but that was one that was kind of thought of as like you could take a whole family to go see Little Women if you wanted to, right? So I think this is probably along those lines. Yes. And so we knew that all the people we just mentioned were involved, but now we're finding out who will likely be playing Ken in the movie. So maybe this will make your excitement level go up a few notches.
Okay.
It should be, but not definitely confirmed, but likely will be Ryan Gosling.
Oh, yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah,
I think that's a very, very good choice.
That's the first thing I've heard that's got me more interested in the movie. I like Ryan Gosling. You've seen him in the Nice Guys. Did you see that movie?
I did not. I heard good things, though.
It's on HBO Max.
Now, Justin said, guys, how could you forget about Paddington Bear?
Yeah,
for bear movie. Never watched those either.
Nikki, you hate bears.
I don't.
You hate movies and you hate bears.
But we'll see about this new Barbie movie. Maybe Ryan Gosling is the topper to the Barbie cake.
Wouldn't it be funny if he stole the show?
Oh,
it's a movie about Barbie and women, and Ken is supposed to be, he's really an afterthought. He's just
an accessory,
like a soul. Yeah, he is. He's arm candy for Barbie. And it turns out that Ryan Gosling comes in and the irony would be he gets all the Oscar nominations and stuff like that.
He gets
everything else about the movie everybody hates, but Ryan Gosling is the one that shines through the dust.
Hollywood's like, wow, we really loved your portrayal. You did a great job as Ken.
Yep. Oh, man. They're going to give him a Ken spinoff movie and everything.
Mm-hmm. I guess my last Barbie Ken thing would have been the Toy Story stuff, but outside of that, not as much
that's
with
right.
Barbie.
I'll tell you what, I don't have a lot of excitement for this movie, and it's not necessarily because of Barbie. It's because Noah Baumbach is involved in writing it.
You don't like him?
He did the Marriage Story movie, which is the worst.
The worst. Oh,
the worst.
I don't even know that one.
That's the one with that you would see the memes. It's Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. The one where they're fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the worst.
Well, that feels like the wrong take. I don't want Barbie and Ken to be fighting.
Yeah, no, right? Definitely not.
So that's all they said. They haven't get any other information on the Barbie movie, but except for now, Ryan Gosling could be Ken.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.